Hi everyone.
Hello. Hello everyone. We're here
Hello.
again with our Chit Chat Cafe and welcoming Janet Ayres along to talk about her new course in art. So we'll be talking about that. I'm Carolyn Barber and I'm here with Sarah Haskett, both involved with the whole Mental Wealth Academy programme, which is we're kind of coming into the second part. There's some courses that have a couple of courses that have carried on through the whole period, but we're entering a number of new courses starting that are kind of 5-session courses, and Janet is here to talk about her course on art. So Janet, do you want to say a little bit about what got you into art and how come you're running this course?
Well, I was always drawing at school, and then I was lucky enough to be able to do my GCSE and A levels in art, and I ended up doing an illustration degree at Portsmouth University. But that was a while ago. But I've always been, into art and going to galleries and drawing things and printmaking as well. But never really thought about teaching art. My teaching has always been to do with singing and music. And last year, when Carol invited me to course for the first lot of Mental Wealth Academy, because I'd started to put some of my drawings online, probably you saw what I was doing. And it was a really good opportunity to sort of see about how I could share the skills that I'd learned and the new things that we find out. So and it's a really good fun. It's even though we're on Zoom, we're all together, so it's a group activity. It's very much about supporting each other and getting brave enough to do something and then show what you've been doing. So really, through doing the course last year, it sort of inspired me to carry on and to connect with people, and really just to encourage people to get drawing, get looking, and get creating. Really
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great course, wasn't it, last year? And you had quite a group of people that joined in live, which made for a really good atmosphere and kind of quite creative. I think perhaps
and the
we should
thing is,
say that, well, I was just going
no,
to
go
say
on.
there's a bit of background building noise, isn't there, going on
Yes.
with you?
Yeah, they're digging up the road, which it should stop by 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon, so we should be okay.
Hopefully we'll be all right. Yeah. So sorry, Janet, you were going to say something else.
Well, I think even so with the courses, even though we often stick to the similar theme and often usually something quite particular, everyone produces something very different, which I think is really important. Everyone has their own style, regardless of whether they think they can draw or not. And what people feel inspired about is often seeing other people's work. So I think the terror sometimes is about sharing, which from my experience of running singing groups, people say, as long as no one can hear me on my own, I'm fine. But then really you want to get to the point where you do want to be heard, and because you're listening to other people. And I think it's as much about sort of the internal processes that go on creatively as the external. So regardless of whether with the singing people feel that they have a good voice, they just enjoy it and they love being with other people doing the same thing. So I think with the art, even though perhaps you can think I must produce something great, or you have to sort of put that to one side and just enjoy the process, because that might take you somewhere you didn't expect. I think that's when we make some creative breakthroughs, really.
Yeah. And it's interesting you mentioned the singing as well. So that's not our main topic for today, but you are running a singing course on the Creative Learning website as well through the Mental Wealth Academy. So which has been really popular. Both courses have been really popular, and you also were running some subscription art courses as well, weren't you? Where people were paying to come throughout the year. So it's been really good. And I know that there's been lots of really positive feedback about the sessions. So this is another opportunity, really, for people to embrace that and be able to create together and share. And especially with this course, this is aimed at people who are perhaps a bit rusty or have never done art before. So it's a really nice introductory course.
Yeah, you don't need any experience at all. You just need some basic materials. The idea is for us to have an enjoyable time and to also accept that it can be a little bit difficult and frustrating. I think there's a big I think, like with published authors and well-known artists, perhaps the perception is that they never fail or they never have a bad day, but they do, and that never goes away. As an artist, you will still sometimes feel like you fail to achieve the thing that you have in your mind about what you want to achieve. But it's practice, really. It's spending more time doing enjoyable creative things that will help you improve. So really the course is really a springboard, just like a topic might be a springboard for an idea, and you might go off and create something completely new.
Yeah. So what would people expect to do in the sessions that you're running?
So it's always quite good to start off with a quick little exercise to get us focused on what we're doing. And they can be quite fun. They can be quite, not quite sure what Janet means by that, but I'll just give it a go anyway. But really it's just to get you going, get you sort of thinking, but also it's the intuitive side of responding to what I've given you. And they are just drawing exercises, so you just need a piece of paper and a pen, or you could have pencils, or that sort of thing.
Nice.
And then each week we'd have a theme where I'd be able to guide you what to do. So
okay, so people don't need to kind of gather too much equipment and things. Then just a paper and pen, that seems pretty easy to get hold of. Even I'd have that.
Yeah. And you might have materials that you've not used for 30 years. That's what other found, that they've had things sort of kicking around, or that they've been given. As soon as you mention that you're doing an art course, people go, "Oh, do you want this?" So, but you can get you can get art materials and stuff. It's quite expensive, really. So you just need basic things, really.
Yeah. And what would do people need anything in terms of particular space, or anything else that they need to do to prepare for the course?
Ideally, you want somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed for a couple of hours, and just need a table somewhere where you're going to have your device so you can see me and the other participants when you're joining us on Zoom. Reasonable light source. There is an exercise where we will be using like a quite a strong light source, so if you're able to get a lamp, that might be quite good for that. But yeah, just having some space where you can make a bit of a mess, and that's all that you need.
Yeah. That's brilliant. And I did some of your sessions in the last course and really enjoyed it. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to join this time, but I might catch up on some of the recordings. Great fun, really good.
And I was just about to ask about that. So last time you did the course, and I know when you were running them throughout the year as well, you had the recordings so people could kind of dip in, remind themselves, or even if they've missed the session, could catch up. Will that be the case again this time? That we'll keep recording? Yeah, brilliant.
There'll be recordings. So basically, you can see. I'll be sort of demonstrating, so you get to see me making a mess. So it's just like Tony Hart on BBC all those years ago.
Yeah.
That's what it makes me think of.
I remember him.
We're all showing our age, aren't we? But yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
And it made me think of sort of Art Attack
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
So because I love the way you set it up. So you always have that second camera, the zoom camera coming in on your hands, and then you can see your face in the corner. And then there'll be little sections of the session where you'll interact and people can share and talk. And I'll obviously edit those bits out of the recording. So it would be that kind of tutorial section that people can revisit. Cool.
Okay, and so when is it starting? Let's remind everybody.
Yes. So it is starting. I've put it in the in the headers of this video. The link is there, and it's Wednesday next week at 2:00.
Yeah. Okay. So
Find out.
still time to sign up and have a look around at other courses as well and see what you're interested in. We've got some great stuff starting next week. So thank you so much, Janet. And we didn't get too disturbed by the noise, did we?
No, I mean your internet.
No, perhaps they've stopped for their lunch, maybe.
Yes.
That's true. Probably a good time for it. Yeah. Perhaps you could have gone round with cups of tea or something and shut them all up as well.
Should have done that.
Yeah.
Cake.
Still, it was fine. Your internet's cut. I think there's a little bit of a delay at times, but we've been able to hear you fine, and you've come across well, I think, on the stream. So yeah, thank you for joining us today.
Great. So thank you all for listening, and yeah, take a look and join in this art course and have a bit of fun. Okay.
We will be back again introducing more courses because yes, there's more. We've been so busy. So yeah, watch this space and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.